Doge is starting to move. Highest level since February as whales add 1.5 billion coins since January. People are still waiting for Elon to do something. Elon's been concentrating so much on Twitter and very, very, very little on Doge, right? He's really trying to save it because Twitter still isn't making all that money. But people are wondering what's going to happen with Doge. I know they recently had some light upgrade, but not a whole lot going on. But people are paying attention to its chart and noticing that, it did break through this downward channel, right? So a breakout could be happening, and people are still holding on to Doge. And you know what? Robinhood, who made a ton of money from Doge sales, they hold about a quarter of Doge's circulating supply. That's a tremendous amount. Not themselves. We're talking about users. So there's still a lot of people that hold on to Doge, which is why they're still in the top 10, right? There's a lot of people that have very, very, very strong and diamond hands, and they will not let go. And that's what you want to see. All right, and then also, I don't have anything about XRP, but I got to mention XRP is still up about 40%, almost 40% this week because, you know what? A lot of people think that lawsuit may be dismissed, that Ripple will be winning that case against the SEC and Gary Gensler. That may be happening. I'm looking forward to it. And then also Cardano fans, there are whales that keep adding more and more and more ADA, right? Recently, ADA has done pretty well, bucked the trend and started going upwards, even though not really any big developments happening, right? But this could explain it, that there's just a lot of whales jumping back in and preparing for the next leg up. Sometimes it's just as simple as that, right? And according to this Twitter account, Cardano feed, retail investors hold 66% of the ADA in supply. I know that the staked amount is much higher. Staked amount is over 70%, but this is just measuring retail investors, right? But if you look at retail and whale volume, I mean, that's quite a lot. But anyways, just know that over 66% of ADA is being held by retail investors and not whale investors and not institutional investors. Point. All right, and then SHIB is also seeing a lot of transactions, a lot of burning, yet the price has not moved. So I know Shibarium came out, or the testnet came out, right? A lot of people very enthusiastic over it. There's a lot of burning, 2,000 surge in burn rate, right? A lot of transactions, but the price has not followed. So does that mean it will soon? Well, if they can't keep continuing like this, then I certainly think it will. But right now, I think SHIB fans, just like Doge fans, are holding. They have their conviction, and nothing is going to sway them from holding on. And that's fantastic. Fantastic stuff. PancakeSwap, the biggest DEX on BNB, they're launching their V3. And this time, it's not just on BNB, it's on top of Ethereum. So they're going head-to-head with the biggest players like Uniswap and SushiSwap on top of Ethereum. And they are offering, according to them, the lowest trading fees in the market. But it's interesting that they are expanding now so that there's more competition. You know how Uniswap also... right? Uniswap also launched on BNB, so now there's really tight competition between the two. PancakeSwap, Uniswap, head-to-head, seeing who comes out as the dominant DEX, right? For both chains. So, interesting to see. Supposedly, CZ is being tracked by Interpol with this red notice, and it came out. Okay, and this got a lot of people scared because the CFTC just sued CZ and Binance, right? And now, supposedly, Interpol's looking out for ZZ because, they're looking for him, this and that. Well, it turns out all this, right, started because there's a very popular I guess, I don't know if you call him influencer or degen or trader or whatever, someone that's been around the space. A lot of people follow, right? Supposedly there's a Interpol red notice for ZZ, and there's some hash that was spread by none other than Kobe. And then this got a lot of people scared because there's so much FUD about Binance recently, right? And this adds to it. And then people freaked out and thought, oh, CZ's going to jail or being arrested or whatever, right? CZ's like, if you panic sell on FUD or Photoshop images, well, you aren't likely to become rich. Block the FUD sources. So obviously, CZ does not like this, but telling everyone to ignore the FUD. A lot of people panic sold. And then I guess Kobe's like, I'm not a news outlet. How am I supposed to know? Like, basically, Kobe just said that it's fake. So he owned up to it, right? So just turns out this whole thing about Binance was just all FUD. And no, the Interpol is not looking for CZ, and hopefully, Injective Protocol, they have been on an absolute tear. Wondering why? Well, there's several reasons why. Injective is one of the biggest dApps within Cosmos. Okay, they are basically like a DeFi ecosystem. They basically want to create DeFi financial dApps within Cosmos. Okay, so Pantera Capital, Jump Crypto, pumped in $150 million recently. Okay, this is not today, but recently, right? So obviously they got a lot of funding, but also what they're doing is not only expanding within Cosmos, but also expanding Solana. Try to bring in Solana dApps. There's a ton of things building within Cosmos right now. It's actually a very, very exciting chain to be in. Okay, someone posted all this stuff about things that are happening. Also, they do a lot of burning too. To this day, 5.5 million Injective have been burned, which accounts for 7% of the circulating supply. Interesting. Another one that's been going upwards, part of AI, is Singularity.net. Singularity got really pumped up earlier this year because of ChatGPT. They kind of slowed down a little bit, now back up. They will be attending AI for Good, a global summit to highlight their latest innovation in robotics and AI R&D. Interesting. I don't know what they've been dealing or what they've been doing with the Sophia, the robot that they had for a few years now, but I'm sure they've upgraded it for something. And also, in case you're not aware, Singularity.net is an AI marketplace, right? But they also introduced a formal meta language for probabilistic programming to allow the Singularity team to not only learn relevant knowledge, but appropriate ways of reasoning. That sounds like it's one step closer to Skynet. That's what it sounds like. Robots will be able to think with logic. I don't know. The logical choice would be to kill off the humans then, right? And then finally, Charles Hoskinson basically declared that, yeah, Cardano is still a work in progress. It's a little slow because they're ambitious, but in the end, it's all going to be worth it. He's saying that there will be a high rate of adoption in Africa this year. NFTs are doing very well on Cardano. Right now, it's just a matter of working on governance, scaling, getting more dApps involved, interoperability, not only within Cardano with side chains, but outside of Cardano also. Those are all major things that are still being developed right now. So Charles is basically saying, good things are about to come. Don't give up on Cardano. Good stuff.